Good day, naturally inquisitive folks. Today, we shall scrutinize the 20 rules in subject-verb agreement. But before that, let's first discuss subject. Subject is a person, animal, place, thing, or idea that does the action in the sentence. It is the main focus of the sentence. Also, it tells who or what the sentence is about. Example: Sarah is reading a book. In this example, Sarah is the subject. It is a name of person that is talked about in the sentence. The flowers are blooming. The subject here is flowers because flowers is the one being talked about in the sentence. Let's now talk about verb. Verb is a word that shows action or state of being. It tells what the subject does or is. Examples: She runs fast. Runs is the word that shows action, so it is the verb in the sentence. They are happy. Are shows a state of being, so it is the verb. Now, let us shed light to subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement means that the verb must match or agree with the subject in terms of number. Again, it is the verb which must match or agree with the subject in number. The general rule is that singular subject takes singular verb. For example, teacher. Teacher is an example of a singular subject because it pertains to one person. That's why without S, which can be talked about in the sentence. Unlike with subject, action verbs must take S to make them singular. For example, the verb discuss becomes discusses. Also, we may use linking verbs like is for singular present, was for singular past, and for helping verb, we may use has for singular present. For example, in a sentence, the teacher discusses every day. Obviously, teacher is the subject here because it is the doer of the action in the sentence. It is also the main focus of the sentence, while discusses is the verb because it shows action. Again, the teacher here is a singular subject and discusses here is a singular verb. Now, we also have to bear in mind that plural subject also takes plural verb. For example, teachers. Teachers is an example of a plural subject because it pertains to two or more persons. That's why it has S, which can also be talked about in the sentence. This time, for our verb, we must keep the base form to make them plural. For example, the verb discuss remains discuss. Also, we may use the linking verbs like are for plural present, were for plural past, and for helping verb, we may use have for plural present. For example, in a sentence, the teachers discuss every day. Obviously, teachers is the plural subject here. That's why it has letter S. It also is the doer of the action and is the main focus of the sentence. And the underlined word discuss is a plural verb. That's why it has no S. Now, let's talk about the importance of subject-verb agreement. First, it makes your writing and speaking clear. By applying correct subject-verb agreement, people can understand your message easily. Second, it avoids confusion. Wrong verb forms can confuse the reader or listener about who or what is doing the action. So, subject-verb agreement rules must really be followed. And the third and last, it sounds natural and professional. Correct grammar helps you sound more fluent and confident. Here are the 20 essential rules in subject-verb agreement. Rule number 1. Singular subjects take singular verbs. Example, she runs every day. Obviously, the subject here is she, which is a singular pronoun. Therefore, our verb is also singular, which is runs. Rule number 2. Plural subjects take plural verbs. Example, they every day. The subject here is the pronoun they. They is a plural pronoun. That's why our verb is also in plural form. The word run here obviously doesn't take S. Rule number 3. When two singular subjects are joined by and, use a plural verb. Example, Tom and Jerry are friends. The two singular subjects here are Tom and Jerry. As you can see, they are joined using and. Therefore, we must use the plural form of the verb, which is are. Rule number 4. When two subjects are joined by or nor, the verb agrees with the nearer subject. Example, either the teacher or the students are attending. Since students is the subject closer to the verb, we must follow its number, which is plural. So our verb must be are. Neither the students nor the teacher is attending. While in this sentence, since teacher is the subject closer to the verb, we must follow its number, which is singular. So the verb must be is. Rule number 5. Collective nouns like faculty, choir, or troop usually takes a singular verb. Example, the team wins every match. Since the subject used here is a collective noun, which is team, we must use a singular verb, which is wins. Rule number 6. When the members of the collective noun are acting individually, use a plural verb. Example, the team are wearing their own jerseys. In this sentence, the subject team is collective. But since they are acting individually, we must use the plural form of the verb, which is are. Rule number 7. Indefinite pronouns like everyone, someone, each, every, anybody, etc. take singular verbs. Example, everyone is happy. Since the subject here is an indefinite pronoun, which is everyone, the singular form of the linking verb was used, which is. Rule number 8. Indefinite pronouns like few, many, several, both take plural verbs. Example, many are cold. Since the indefinite pronoun used here as the subject is many, the verb must be in plural form, which is are. Rule number 9. Phrases like together with, as well as, and along with do not affect the subject. Example, the teacher along with the students is late. As you can see, our main subject here is teacher, which is singular. Therefore, we must use a singular linking verb, which is, because along with the students or even the object is students plural, still it won't affect our verb in the sentence. Rule number 10. Titles of books, movies, etc. take singular verbs. Example, The Chronicles of Narnia is a great book. Since the subject here is a title of a novel, we must take a singular verb. Therefore, the used linking verb here is. Rule number 11. Distances, periods of time, sums of money take singular verbs. Example, $10 is a lot of money. Since our subject is a sum of money, we must have a singular verb. Therefore, the used verb here is. Rule number 12. Use there is if the subject that follows is singular, while use there are if the subject that follows is plural. Example, there is a book on the table. We must use there is because the following subject here is a book, which is singular in number. Another example, there are many books on the table. We must use there are because the subject here is many books, which is plural. Rule number 13. Subjects that are plural in form but singular in meaning take singular verbs. Example, mathematics is hard. Even if the word mathematics is plural in form, but still, we must take a singular linking verb is because mathematics is singular in meaning. Rule number 14. When a sentence starts with what or who, the verb agrees with the intended subject. Example, what we need is more time. Since the word what is followed by a plural subject, we must have a plural verb. Therefore, the word need here doesn't take S. Rule number 15. With expressions like a number of, use plural verb. And for the number of, use singular verb. Example, a number of people are missing. Since the expression a number of was used here, we must use the plural form of the verb. That's why are is used. Another example, the number of students is increasing. Since the expression the number of was used here, the linking verb must be singular. That's why is was used. Rule number 16. Gerunds or verb ending in ing and acting as a noun in the sentence take singular verb. Example, swimming is fun. Swimming is the gerund here, that's why we should take a singular linking verb is. Rule number 17. Each of and every one of are followed by singular verbs. Example, each of the books is on sale. Since in this sentence, each of was used, even if the object is books plural, still we should take a singular verb. That's why is the verb. Rule number 18. Subjects preceded by none can be singular or plural depending on the context. Example, none of the information is accurate. In this sentence, since the object in the phrase is information, a singular one, therefore we should take a singular verb is. None of the students are ready. In here, since the object of the phrase is students, a plural subject, therefore we must have a plural verb, are. Rule number 19. When using fractions or percentages, the verb depends on the noun following of. Example, half of the pie is gone. The noun that follows of in the sentence is pie. Since pie is singular, our verb is singular as well, which is. Half of the students are present. The noun that follows the word of here is students. Since students is plural, our verb must be in plural form also, which is are. And the last one is rule number 20. Plural form subjects with singular meaning, like news and physics, take singular verbs. Example, the news is surprising. Since the subject news here is singular in meaning, even if it's plural in form, still we should take the singular verb is. It's activity time! In this activity, you just need to read each statement carefully. Write true if the sentence follows the correct rule of subject-verb agreement, and false if it does not. Number 1. A singular subject needs a plural verb. You have 5 seconds to answer this. You got it right. The answer is false. It is because a singular subject needs a singular verb as well. Number 2. The verb must agree with the subject, not with the word, next to it. Is it true or false? That's correct. The answer is true because the verb must always agree with the subject and not with the word next to it. Number 3. He go to school every day is correct. Is it true or false? Exactly. The answer is false. It is because in the sentence the subject is he singular, therefore our verb should take es. It must be he goes to school every day. Number 4. Collective nouns like team usually take a singular verb. Is it true or false? That's correct. The answer is true because according to rule number 5, collective nouns like team usually take a singular verb. Number 5. When two subjects are joined by and, the verb is usually plural. Is it true or false? That's correct. The answer is true because according to rule number 3, when two subjects are joined by and, the verb is usually plural. Number 6. There is many students in the class is correct. Is it true or false? That's correct. The answer is false. It is because the subject that follows there is, which is many students, is plural. Therefore, it should be there are. Number 7. Indefinite pronouns like everyone and nobody take singular verbs. Is it true or false? That's correct. The answer is true because according to rule number 7, indefinite pronouns like everyone and nobody take singular verbs. Number 8. Mathematics are difficult is correct. Is it true or false? Exactly. This one is false. It is because the subject mathematics, even if it's plural in form, but still it's singular in meaning. Therefore, the verb must be in singular form also, which is. Number 9. The verb agrees with the subject closest to it when using either or. Is it true or false? Alright, the answer is true because according to rule number 4, the verb agrees with the subject closest to it when using either or. Number 10. Titles of books and movies take plural verbs. Is it true or false? Exactly. The answer is false because according to rule number 10, titles of books, movies, etc. are singular. Therefore, they should take singular verbs. I hope you passed this activity. Let's now proceed to the second and last activity. You will have to choose the correct verb form in the parentheses to complete each sentence. Number 1. She walks to school every morning. You have 5 seconds to answer this. Exactly. The answer is walks. It is because the subject she is a singular pronoun. Therefore, our verb must be singular also. Add S. Number 2. The dogs bark or barks loudly at night. That's correct. The answer is bark. It is because our subject is dogs, which is plural. That's why our verb should also be plural. Number 3. My brother and I enjoys playing basketball. That's correct. The answer is enjoy without S because our subjects brother and I are joined by and. Therefore, we must use a plural verb. Number 4. Either the teacher or the students are responsible for the decorations. That's right. The answer is are. It is because two subjects are joined by or and students, plural in number, is closer to the verb. Therefore, the verb must be plural, which is are. Number 5. The list of items are on the table. Exactly. The answer is because in this sentence, our subject is list, which is singular in number. Therefore, our verb must also be singular, which is. Thank you for watching.